Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the RapChat podcast. Welcome back for another week. Now, before we head into the podcast, I'm your host, Luke Dick.
I'm Elias Eldridge.
And I'm Sam Kenny.
And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, make sure to comment, and to subscribe. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts, make sure to leave us a rating. And also, please leave us a review. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at RapChat Podcast, where we post new clips of the show every single week. Woo. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Great to have another episode out there again.
Episode 30.
Episode 30,
wow.
really?
Episode 30.
That's crazy.
Landmark episode.
Yeah.
Not a great
We should
game to celebrate it, but
we should do something crazy, like talk about the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
I think we're talking about the Pelicans this episode. No?
I was just thinking,
They're a better team, apparently.
I was just thinking to myself, like, it's crazy how we went from just like, doing one episode a week, and then just we kind of all converged together in that one time. We were like, we all had this mutual like recognition, like,
we gotta talk about it more.
Yeah, we have to talk about this more. We got to do 2 episodes a week, and I think the 2 episodes a week works so well.
So we do so much more stuff that we want. Be so much more creative with it.
Yeah, like we're doing 1 episode a week. It's like there's so much we're trying to get into, like an hour,
Yeah.
hour and a half.
Yeah.
Well, and it surprises me sometimes because I'm thinking to myself, damn, not only did we spend like an hour, 2 hours every week specifically sitting down and talking about the Raptors, but how much we talk about the Raptors like outside of this podcast.
We'll literally start talking about it sometimes. We'll be like, oh, see you for the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
We could probably fill like 5 to 6 hours worth of Raptors talk.
Exactly, because it's always so endless, and I think it's easier to have conversations about teams that, we just won a championship. We're not really rebuilding. We're just kind of revamping the team. Retooling the team, right? And looking at what our assets are and trying to figure out how we can, get back to being a really competitive team. Not that we aren't already, but
like extra, like for like title contenders.
Yeah, exactly. And we're definitely not far away. And there's so much trials and tribulation that go along with this team that is so fun to document. Just like it's so fun to just be involved. I've learned so much like since I've been doing the podcast and just being more exposed. I've literally seen like every single Raptors game this year. I've never watched this much basketball in my life. And it's so fun because it's just like, we not only, we're not watching the games for fun, even though we are, we're watching it because, we actually are all engaged in something mutual together, and we
have somewhere to put our thoughts, which is so nice to have, right?
Yes, it's organized.
And nice to have a platform to talk about basketball. It's so much
Yeah.
fun, man.
People actually listen to it too.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Which
People
I
participate.
don't understand why, but
Yeah.
people are listening.
Yeah,
So.
hell
Y'all
yeah.
do y'all.
I think we don't even. I think even going into this, we started this not even because we wanted people to listen, but because we talk about it so much.
So we're just like,
somewhere
let's
to put our
record it.
thoughts.
Yeah, like we're just like we might as well just like have a set designated time to actually like talk about this stuff because we just spent so much time doing it already, which is just fucking a trip of luck, just it's one of those things where it just kind of happens the way it did, and it's going great because we're episode 30 and it's
episode 30, and we'll have something fun coming out next week, maybe kind of celebrate.
Fun
for 2 of the guys. All right.
Yeah, so our schedule for today, we got game recaps.
Yeah.
Then we have
Player of the Week,
and then questions for each other.
Yeah, man, should be a fun one. We'll get the negative part out of the way first. So I'm going to recap the Raptors.
I'll keep you in check when we talk about this.
I'm not even going to go through the trouble of going through quarter by quarter because it was all bad. Raptors lose this one by 30, 120-90, and that still feels like not enough.
Even their bench squad was killing us when they came in.
The Raptors got absolutely embarrassed, man. This is the most upset I've been after a loss all year, and I don't want to be too like sensational. Like I hate sensational basketball media. I hate it. I think it's awful for the game, and I don't want to do that now. But I've got some real qualms, and I think this game kind of sums up a lot of our weaknesses. So I'm just gonna go through one by one, and I got some positives for the end of it. But first things first. This game, not Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet's best game. Pascal shot 7 for 19. Fred was 6 for 15. Just tough game. For
you
both
don't
of
expect those two to be and if they play like this, you don't expect them to be the best players.
No,
you expect someone else to step up.
And I mean, I don't think either of them were negatives on the floor.
No.
I still thought there are 2 best players out there. I thought they were trying hard.
But when you see our leading scorer 20 points by Fred, 6-15 shooting, he's like, oh, okay, so Gary probably had 23.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, so
He had
Pascal
6.
and Fred. Fred is 20. Pascal is 18. Gary Trent Jr., OG, and Scotty Barnes, our next three, our three kind of supporting pieces, our three supporting stars, I guess you could say. We're combined 5 for 30 this game.
Jesus Christ.
5 for 30. Gary was 2 for 15, 2 for 8 from 3. He didn't have a basket in the first half. He didn't have a stat in the first half.
Oh my God.
OG was 1 for 5, and then Scotty was 2 for 10. Scotty only played 20 minutes in this one. He got benched.
Gary actually had nothing in the first half.
Yeah, I'm going to go through player by
9.
I'm going to go through player by player here.
Do your thing.
Scotty Barnes, he's a rookie. His defense was
Yeah.
good. Like, good God, I don't understand. Like, the off-ball defense was so bad. The amount of times he was losing guys on screens, jumping at pump fakes from Jose Alvarado.
And he was like, this is a Pelicans team who was like, sure, they have some good offensive pieces. They are nothing special, though.
No. Why are you jumping?
And they just got like CJ McCollum
Yeah.
and who else?
Larry Nance,
Tony
but he's
Snell
like-
kinda
Tony
killed
Snell.
us.
Yeah, Tony Snell.
Isn't big threes.
But like, I don't know why you're jumping at Jose. Like, why are we fouling Jose Alvarado? Seriously, why
He's
are we
like 2
fouling
feet
that
tall.
guy?
He's smaller than Fred.
He tries really hard, but you don't need to foul him when he gets into the paint.
I do like him a lot, though. Shout out to Jose Alvarado. He's
Scotty,
really
though,
good.
his off-ball defense is really bad. His offense was not good either. He missed a lot of easy shots. I don't think his process was all that bad, but he didn't really insert himself. And he just, the defense was just like, the amount of times he just running around screens just looked like a deer in the headlights. You know,
I could live more with the poor offense if his defense was better.
Yeah.
But his defense was god awful.
and it's
Worst I've seen from all year.
it was really bad. Okay, Gary Trent. Gary Trent. First half was, the third quarter was pretty bad. So the whole game was like, it was really bad. Like, he was 2 for 15, 2 for 8 from 3, and he's had a great year. I don't want to take that away from him. So I'm not going to be.
And one game doesn't mean
is.
that, like,
It's one game, but
Yeah,
I
but-
can live with. Oh, Gary, miss as many open threes as you want. I don't care because I know he's an amazing shooter. Just if you're 0 for 5, don't keep taking threes off the dribble and fade away floaters and step backs in the lane when you're guarded by 3 guys.
and you can
do something else.
guarantee they talked about that.
Guarantee.
well, yeah, and
That they
it's,
talk about that after the game
you
and watch
have
film and
to
stuff.
like the big thing about him, right? Is he's just this pure scorer type guy. You gotta give the ball to the open man sometimes.
His one dimensionality really showed in this game.
Yes,
Because
yes.
he's like, oh, my fadeaways aren't going in. I'll
keep
shoot. I'll
shooting
just
them.
shoot more.
Yes.
It's like, because like pass, Mike, and like he even tried to go inside sometimes, and he was taking really bad shots. And
Yes.
it's like that.
He's trying to do too much at once.
You gotta. This is what's holding him back from being another level. Is how minimal if he's having an off game. How little he can do on the offensive end if he's not shooting.
Well,
And it's
let's
not like
hope
he's-
this is like a learning experience.
Well, and it's not like
you
he's
know?
missing advanced passes. He's missing basic passes. Like he does not move the basketball, and that's fine when he's hot. But it looks really
For
bad.
the most part, it's okay.
Yes.
But games like this, when you go 0 for 9 in the first half, it's like, okay,
And he had
do something else.
Oh, he had a few plays in a row at the start of the third quarter where we kind of ended it. Like he had a drive baseline where he turned it over.
Yeah.
He had a couple of super ill-advised pull-up jumpers. It's like, man, just when your team's struggling to create shots and lacking like energy on that end, the best thing you can do is move the ball around, try to get easier
Yeah,
shots,
definitely.
and just kind of
Get the ball
still to
inside.
the offense. The defensive end, this was by far his worst defensive game of the year. It was just,
Poor
it was
decision
so
making.
on all fronts. His off-ball defense was like atrocious. He started the third quarter by allowing 2 backdoor cuts for layups. I saw Pascal screaming at him like 2 minutes into the third.
Yes.
And then his on-ball defense, like, man, playing good defense isn't getting right up in the guy and letting him blow by you or just fouling him. That's not good defense, right? Good defense isn't going for steals every time they pass the ball to the guy you're guarding. Good defense is like keeping your ground, right? You don't have to be up on everyone, right? You don't have to pick guys
He was
up at
doing-
half
he
court
was
when you're in the
doing-
bonus.
That's not a
he's doing-
sustainable way of playing defense
No.
He
either.
was just doing way too much. Like
It's-
there is such thing as doing too much on defense,
Yeah.
and that's what he's
He was
doing.
doing way too much.
He was hedging so much. He was trying to get in every passing lane. It's like, no, you gotta let them just make mistakes sometimes.
Yes, he was. I think part of it was he had a really bad start to this game, and he thought, well, I'll just
Yeah,
keep
I'll
doing
be-
these things to
yeah.
get myself out of
Yeah.
it.
I'll be extra aggressive on
Yeah,
defense.
and
then.
that's
It's
not-
like, that's not how it works.
You gotta be extra aggressive, but you have to be smart when you're being extra aggressive.
Yeah.
And he was just right up in guys' grills, and guys were just going right around him. Like he was allowing like penetration from Devontae Graham, who might be the worst penetrating point guard in the NBA.
I can't believe how much Devontae Graham
Well, and
did this game.
defense is also more than staying, like you said, staying tight on your man. It's also being able to recognize who you're guarding
Exactly.
and how you can, like, what their weaknesses are, what their strengths are. Like for example, like if you're gonna guard somebody like Ben Simmons, you probably can give him a little bit of space. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to be right up on him because he's not going to shoot the three, right? Like, you can sag off of him a little bit because you know he's going to make that pass when he gets deep enough. So you want to be able to have, you know, the defensive base so that you can hold your own, but also, you know, cut off lanes to the basket because you know that's easy. They're going to go to the basket or he's going to be able to try to create something for somebody else, and you're not going to want to be up on him. So it's just like, you know.
Yeah. And sorry, I meant how much CJ did this game. Graham didn't do much, but
Graham got into the lane way too many times for a guy with.
Yeah, he did too much with Gary Trent Jr.
Oh, all right, last one. OG Anunoby, man, this has been.
If you're an OG Anunoby fan, hold on tight.
I'm really not. I'm not gonna be harsh on the guy because I think he.
You're harsh.
But
talking about him last night.
Yeah, you were like, OG's gonna hear it from me, bro.
This is 2 games in a row. This is gonna come back to my question later on, where like.
Do we trade OG?
No. where the main guys maybe don't have it quite to the extent that they normally do.
Mm-hmm.
You need a guy like OG just to take. If there's a guy who can like really bend, like OG's the only guy like out of Gary, OG, and Scotty who could get to the post, force doubles, and kick out to shooters. Like he's gonna draw the help to get those open shots. Yeah. He took 5 shots in this game, and he didn't impose himself in this game at all. And it wasn't like it was Pascal and Fred were hogging the ball, right? Like he had ample opportunity to. I just thought like this is 2 games in a row now where we've lost because I don't want to be harsh on Gary, but like those 2, Gary and OG, like they didn't step up in the Nuggets game, and that's one of the reasons why we lost. Simple as that. They play up to their standards, we win that game. And I mean, we don't win this game if they play up to their standards because there were a lot more issues in this game. But like OG, you gotta impose yourself into this game. They were guarding him with like bad defenders. Like Herb Jones was on Fred for most of the game. Mm-hmm. And that chances are you got
is not
CJ.
A good defender. Oh. Graham is one of the worst defenders in the league on the perimeter.
Awful. Alvarado tries hard, but he shouldn't be able to guard you.
No, and there's times even when Alvarado was on Pascal and Pascal couldn't take advantage of it.
No.
No one had it this game.
No one.
I think it could possibly come back to these guys just getting real tired.
Mm-hmm. It could.
Which I'm kind of scared
about. It was just the OG as well. The defense just wasn't there. We talked about this last episode, I think, but like the attention to detail just wasn't there. He wasn't up to guard, you know, the biggest plays, right? Like
let me ask you guys this though.
Like OG's inconsistencies on defense too. It's like, and I see that I've seen that way too much from this year. Where again, I don't want to take away how great of a defender he actually is in a vacuum, but just. What I've seen from him, especially recently, is that it is so hit or miss on defense with him. Sometimes he looks like he doesn't care at all about what happens on the defensive end. What are you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna ask, you know, would you at a point like this, would you rather ask a great defensive game out of these guys or a great offensive game out of these guys?
I want to see the defense first.
Yeah.
Like
we win our games on defense.
Yeah, I can trust Pascal and Fred to patch together a league average offense. Mm-hmm. I just need they can't guard all. They were the only 2 guys that were giving you anything defensively, offensively and defensively, and that's an issue.
And that's what frustrates me a little bit too. Is that, and that's why I asked the question. Is that like, you know, if we're struggling, just forget about scorings, forget about the offense, man. That is fine. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like if you guys are getting the ball, if you're causing turnovers and all that stuff, really, honestly, I'd rather you cause a turnover and hustle your ass back on defense and make a great defensive play rather than on every defensive possession where, you know, getting like a slip screen just slips by us and we're getting backdoor cut by Jackson Hayes underneath and we're just like,
I'd rather lose a basketball game even though we played great defense than lose a basketball game while playing great offense. 'Cause I feel like if we lose a basketball game and our defense is bad, then we just went down without caring.
Yes.
But if we have good offense though, but if we have really good defense and our offense sucks, we went down swinging. You know, we tried. Your defense represents how hard you try.
Offense can come and go.
Yeah, but your defense represents how hard you try to win a basketball game. Your offense doesn't. Your offense just shows how talented you are.
Right.
Your defense shows like how much heart you're putting in. If we lose, but we played great defense, it's like, okay, we tried. We did not try to win this game.
No, we did not.
Well, okay, now because I'm going to be positive and give it to the 2 guys off the bench who I thought really gave it some great minutes, and that was Chris Boucher and Kem Birch.
I thought you were going to say Kem Birch. I was like, oh, Sam.
Yeah, Kem. I'll start with Kem, I guess. I thought Kem came in pretty early in this one because JV was giving us some issues. And I thought he did a decent job against JV. He gave us some really nice energy on the O boards.
He did what he's been doing.
Yep, he had a couple putbacks.
2 steals.
Set some great screens. When we made one run in the first quarter, that was our only run to really get this game close. And he was setting just some beautiful screens for Fred VanVleet to get him open. And Cam really, he only played 16 minutes, but I thought he brought a lot of just positive stuff to the table. And Chris, 23 minutes, 3 for 5. He got to the line 12 times, which is kind of unreal. He had 15 points. Chris, just energy on both ends of the floor.
As per usual.
Just
usual Chris Boucher.
Finding open slots on the floor, he took a couple crazy threes, but also like no one was shooting threes, and he was in some lineups where he was maybe the best shooter, which is kind of wild.
We put out
about 20 minutes in, just in case you're wondering.
Okay. There was just for something else that you'll see later.
I'm not just telling a lie.
Don't ask questions. Yeah, we had lineups with Pascal, Boucher, Cam, Precious, and Scotty. I think, right? Is that
it was? There was one. It was Precious, Chris, and Cam, and
those three, and then I don't know how I feel about that. That's where it comes back to. Man, I wish we had one more wing offensive creator.
We closed the game when the Raptors they tried really hard in this beginning of the first quarter, and it was Pascal, Thad Young, Chris, Kem Birch, and Chris, Justin Champagny, and Delano. And there's a screenshot that Will Liu posted on Twitter, and it was Pascal in the paint, and there's 5 guys in the paint. Thad Young isn't even in the corner. He's just walking towards the basket. Jose Alvarado is guarding Delano Banton, and he is below the dotted circle in the paint.
Is that on Twitter?
Yeah, it was on Twitter. It's just like the amount of spacing we had was just, oh God, it was so bad. And it's so hard to ask your guys to score. Like basically our game plan on offense was, okay, Pascal and Fred, what can you guys just do right now? We're going to give you the worst possible players to put around you and just make something happen. And they didn't fully have it tonight, so they didn't make it happen. All right, but one more thing from this one is Thad Young made his debut. He played 12 minutes. Thought he looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
He's moving for a 33-year-old man. He's moving like a 28-year-old out there, man.
He moved the basketball really well, too.
Yep.
Like that's a veteran presence, right?
Yeah.
He was doing veteran things.
And that's the thing, just like you're right. Oh, if we could just one more guard, man. One more guard.
Because Thad Young isn't getting optimized when he's playing with Chris and Cam.
No, our bench is 4 bigs. And we knew it, but just seeing it now,
they're 4 small ball centers.
The 4 guys that came off their bench with most minutes to come off our bench was Chris Boucher, Kem Birch, Press Chua, Thad Young.
And
why?
None of them can shoot the 3.
None of them can shoot the 3. Nope. They're not stretch bigs.
No, they're not stretch bigs, and they're not like big imposing bigs. One of them is a good passer.
God, it's so.
And none of them can dribble.
Sometimes I know we're not going for champions this year, so it's okay. We can address these issues in the summer.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm just like, man, like it couldn't have been that hard to go get a point guard. Like Aaron Holiday, dude, I'll take him. I'll take Aaron Holiday. The Suns got him for nothing.
But that's where we also have to think too, like, there's a plan. There's a plan.
I hope so.
I know there's a plan.
Because there's no way
Masai in the interview, he said, and we've already known this from Masai, but he said again where he's all about sustainability, right? He's all about,
right.
Let's win now, but let's also plan for the future. Mm-hmm. You know, he's always got something in mind. Like I'm not worried about that. I'm sure we'll fix this stuff a bit, but
I liked how we played Thad at least. He was running a lot of pick and roll, and he's best when he's in the short roll. And I thought Thad did as well as a job as you can going to a new team.
Yeah, I think he'll get more incorporated as we go.
He said in his post game interview, he's trying to learn 5 positions at once.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to the Raptors.
Just a quick aside. If anyone hasn't watched Masai Ujiri's interview, he rarely does interviews, and he has about a 45-minute interview with on Yahoo Sports Canada.
It's on YouTube too.
I would definitely. We all watched. I watched all of it. Most of it, and we pretty well all of us almost watched it all. So it's a great interview just to get an insight into how the GMs think.
Yeah,
so I guess he's the president now.
Yeah,
but
he's a decision maker.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this game anymore. I don't have anything else. It's just getting me. I want to have some more positivity here. So shout out to Chris Kem and Thad Young. They played really well.
I think important thing to remember this game is just it's one game.
Yeah.
We're not this bad of a basketball team.
No,
we play Minnesota tomorrow, and that will be a better game.
But this game wasn't just a case of us missing shots. But this game just wasn't a case of us being cold and them being hot.
I think the defense was worse than the offense.
There were some real
defense was worst defensive game of the year.
And Fred with a knee soreness. I don't want to jinx it, so I'm just gonna hope it was just an excuse to get him out of the game. Maybe Pascal blood clotted,
What?
like was his eyes all like
that.
shot,
I thought he had, like a blood clot in his body. I was like, Sam.
I mean like the clotted.
Pascal with his diagnosed blood clotting disease.
Let's go
like,
blood
wait,
clot in
what?
his lungs.
Breaking Jesus Christ, yeah.
He was having a Chris
It's not fun to lose a game and you see your two best players are like banged up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you guys want to get into some questions? You sound like you have a really good one. Oh, player of the week.
Let's do
Let's do player of the week.
Okay.
Yeah, leave the questions to the end.
Yeah.
Sam.
Is it? I mean,
Player of the week.
Pascal Siakam.
Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, Pascal. Yeah.
I mean,
Does
with
anyone want to say some cool stats or some cool things about Pascal over the past week?
Let's put. I got it right here.
Just because he's been so great for us.
Well, we talked about it last game. I said like a list of stats the last podcast, but I'll happy to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll always talk about that, man.
No, I mean, over the past week, against OKC, 27 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists. Against Houston, 30 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Against Denver, 35 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. And just against the Pelicans, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. But
even with that subpar game, he was
outstanding.
He shot over 68% in the first 3 games.
As much as Adam Silver doesn't want to admit it, he is better than Jared Allen. He should be,
an
all-star.
He is. Shout out Jared Allen.
I love you, Jared Allen.
The real enemy here is Chris Middleton. He should not be in Cleveland.
Yeah. And I don't know if I said this on the podcast or off the podcast. I think I might have was talking to you, but I wanted to say this as well, is that there would be a problem if Pascal
Adam Silver into me.
Yeah. Well, for sure, but no. There would be a problem if Pascal was chosen simply because, look, man, the biggest NBA fan base is in the United States. They do not want another all-star from a Canadian
That's
team.
where the media comes in.
But like, does Cleveland's not a bigger
I know, but
franchise
still,
than the Raptors.
but still, it's not about franchise. It's about league perception. It's about the fact that like why would Americans at all?
I think
they don't like love Cleveland, but they like Jared Allen.
Casual NBA fans keep up with the other 29 teams.
Yes,
that's I guess,
absolutely.
Yeah,
but it's annoying because Sam said this before, where it should just be the 26 best players in the NBA or 24 best players in the NBA.
Yeah,
yes. And Pascal Siakam is better than the majority players in the All-Star game.
Here's
like,
a
get
rid of positions too. Like it's get rid of all this. Put in the 24
and
best
who
players.
the fuck cares about? We got to give a guy to this team. Well, then are they really deserving? You're just giving it to them because the team's there. They should be given to them because the player's deserving, not because the team.
The Cavs, they're so good because they're such a great team. Jared Allen does not do more for that team than Pascal does with Toronto. Pascal Siakam is a better individual player than Jared Allen. Simply put. I mean, if you look at Jared Allen, his numbers are crazy, but like he's a rim running center who's a great defensive anchor, but like he doesn't do much else. Like he's pretty one dimensional.
Yeah.
And I'm not a slander Jared Allen. He's great.
Yeah.
But it's just,
I know exactly what you're saying. Like, even like LaMelo Ball, he's super exciting. He's super fun, but like he's nowhere near the caliber of player that Pascal. Like he's not even close to me.
Right.
No. So yeah, it's too bad. Maybe like apparently Levine might not play, so he's gonna get another shot.
Yeah.
He said he doesn't really care. He said he didn't even know that injury replacement counted for All-Star selection.
Yeah.
So
Pascal said that.
yeah, he had to ask his agent if it actually counted.
Well, and the last thing I'll say about this too is that even just for an apparent example, and I don't know if there's anybody from America listening to this, but I'm not like super up on our podcast numbers, but think about this. If you are American and you have NBA League Pass, you can't even watch Raptors games live. You know what I'm saying?
You can in America.
You can't on League Pass, yeah.
Oh, you can.
It's
only in Canada.
The way it works for Canadian League Pass, I don't know if it works like this in America, but in Canadian League Pass, you can't watch nationally televised games, and every Raptors game.
Yeah, that's just a Canadian thing.
Yeah.
So Americans can watch anything on League
then I'm
Pass.
capping because I thought like Americans couldn't even watch the Raptors games live.
Americans actually might be able to watch more Raptors games than Canadians can.
They can.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they can watch them all because there's no national televised games.
No, there's no
right, exactly.
But
there we go. Then that's the thing is that there's no nationally televised Raptors games. They're not promoted.
They're not playing at bars and all this stuff.
Exactly. No, they're not. Like the Raptors go so unnoticed simply because they just don't get the airtime. People don't see them, and it's like, and it's even though they're just another team in the NBA, like they gotta work hard to get recognition. Like Fred's season's crazy, and the fact that like
like I wouldn't be surprised if he almost didn't make it, just because.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about it like, geez, we were really hoping Fred would make it. We shouldn't have to hope that hard that Fred is going to make the All-Star team.
Insane. It's like it should be an obvious pick, but it's because we're in Toronto.
Yeah, exactly. It's too bad. But at the end of the day, like there's been talk of adding another Canadian team to the NBA.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'll happen.
I'd say like 10 to 15 years from now, maybe.
Also, like I don't know.
Seattle and Las Vegas are guaranteed the next two.
Yeah,
like those are the next two, and they're not going to do that much expansion. I don't think in the next. Like Seattle's getting a team, and Las Vegas is like totally getting a team.
And then also like I like saying we the North. If it's two teams,
yeah, I know.
We the half the North.
Yeah. It'd be fun though. We could cover both teams. But it would probably take a while for them to be good. But anyways, who knows? But what do you mean Vancouver, bro? Saskatoon,
Moncton, dude.
Moncton.
Yarmouth, St. John's.
No, if anything, it would be a second Toronto team. It'd be like Mississauga.
Yeah.
If you're trying to maximize your profit.
Probably Ottawa.
No.
Really?
No, there's not a big population.
Oh yeah, that's true. Also, the Senators get no fans.
Why would it not be Vancouver though? Why would it not be Vancouver? It'd probably be Vancouver.
I could see them putting a team in like Mississauga though.
Which is because there's like East and West, but like Mississauga already's got the 905. Like,
yeah.
Just bring the 905 up.
They can move the 905 pretty easily.
Yeah.
I think it'd be Vancouver.
Yeah, I probably Vancouver. All right.
Questions?
So questions, yeah. Let's move on to questions.
I want to start with yours because you.
Oh, you want to start with mine? Yeah, I want to end on mine. I want to end on mine.
Fine. All right.
Actually, wait. Let me go.
Okay, go ahead.
Actually, you go first. No, I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm just joking. My question is, what do you guys want to see our playoff rotation be?
How many people are like? What's
like
our
who's in, who's out in the playoffs?
Okay.
Okay.
Starting five. Thaddeus Young, Chris Boucher.
That's it. All right.
Two guys.
And then
I like that.
Kem Birch, depending on like if we're
Matchups.
If you
and
need,
this is like just giving OG Pascal. And,
the starting five's in there.
Okay.
Oh, I thought they were saying those two were the starting five. I thought you were joking.
Yeah. I thought you were just saying like those two starting. Like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I thought you were joking. I was like, yeah, okay.
I think I like Fred.
I thought he was joking.
I've never seen Sam this good at being sarcastic.
Yeah. I think I like Fred and Pascal off the bench, man.
The energy.
No, yeah, the starting five plus Thad and Chris, and then Precious and Kem can fill in for like we need some spot minutes against a big man.
Do you think we'll ever play Delano or Champagne or?
I hope not for our chances' sake.
I don't know, man. It really depends on the game. I could if there's a first person to get minutes, it's gonna be Delano because he's the only young guy off our bench who's really seen any consistent minutes
out of
him, Champagne, Malachi, even Yuta. Like, like we're putting Delano on first.
Agree.
But like,
I think Delano's gonna be exposed in a playoff.
What if I said this? What if you had to make a 10-man rotation for the playoffs?
A 10-man rotation?
What would you do?
Okay, so the starting five, Thad.
We should mention the starting five is
Pascal, Fred, OG, Gary, Scotty.
Yeah. If you don't know that, you should not be able to follow this podcast.
Okay, Chris.
I'm joking.
Thad,
Please listen.
Cam.
Precious.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I trust Precious more than Delano, so yeah.
More than Utah.
And then, probably. I guess Delano, but I'd maybe throw Yuta just for a little bit of shooting.
I think I'd rather Champagne than Delano.
Champagne, yeah.
Just for rebounds, dude.
Yeah, maybe.
He brings something. Delano, I don't know what he's going to bring to the table.
I don't think so.
I know
Utah
will bring nothing to the table, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Champagne brings. He'll hustle in defense.
Yeah. But who's gonna run the point?
Pascal.
Yeah.
Fred, that's it. Maybe
well, that's what I'm saying. If Fred gets like injured or something.
Thaddeus Johnson.
And Pascal's the point guard, man.
Yeah, but we need.
That's how it happens every time.
I know, but like we can't play Pascal.
I'd honestly probably go Malachi over Delano in the playoffs, just because. Like the game is so slow in the playoffs, and Delano needs to get you fast.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's so good in transition. Though.
Yeah, and there's just.
But not going to much transition.
Yeah, there won't. Yeah, there won't be.
Man, I feel like
playoff basketball is so different.
I think you'd have to like kidnap Nick Nurse to play a 10-man rotation. By the way, though. Like Nick Nurse would rather play a 4-man rotation over. But yeah, I think no matter what, I have Thad and Chris in there, and then everyone else is dependent on what the situation is.
Yeah, I think Cam will probably get consistent minutes in the playoffs.
I can see it.
I don't think Precious will.
I don't think so either.
Kem, like a solid, 12 minminutes, 15 minutes?
I'd say like 5.
Really?
Like Norm Powell played like 6 or 7 minutes, right? Like in the playoff run. And he was the 8th man. So
in the championship.
In the championship run. Like he did not play a lot. Like we played a 7-man rotation a lot of the time in the championship run. So
And I guess it depends on who we're playing as well.
That's
like
why,
what we
yeah.
need.
I think for like first round, you can see Precious maybe play a bit.
maybe.
Depending.
Like
I guess, maybe not actually.
if you're going against Cleveland and you want a rim protector, Precious will probably play.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going against
Man, that's just such a risk.
Miami.
How are we going to score?
this is why I ask, because like really putting this in perspective, it's really scary.
Yeah,
Like,
it is,
No,
man.
the Raptors aren't going to win a playoff series this year.
No, I know, but it's like I don't
You
know.
don't think they're
I
going to
wanna
win
get
a playoff series?
No way.
We'll talk about this more. When we get into
Yeah,
the
like
next, the next thing, but-
honestly, I need to know who they're matched up against.
But
I
I think our best shot
I think
is
I take everyone in the top 8 of the Eastern Conference over the Raptors in a playoff situation.
we're just not built for the playoffs, unfortunately.
No,
but
no.
dude.
Now, if Pascal and Fred turn into absolute superstars and like just go like, you know what, we're just gonna carry us, then
It's
you can maybe
true.
win a 7. Maybe.
Look, I think we could win one series because
That's what I'm saying. One series,
if the
the
Bulls are super injured,
I think
you know.
we're jumping from the Pelicans game to this talk a little bit.
Right.
We're still a really good.
Yeah,
basketball
man.
team.
We
Like,
won 8 straight games
don't
in a
think-
row,
I
and we
don't
beat the
think-
Chicago Bulls, and we've beaten the Bucks.
I know.
And with their best players.
I think
I know. It's just playoffs is different animal.
I know,
I
it
do
absolutely
think the
is.
top like commentators always say, "Well, the Raptors are 3-0 against the Bulls this season. They should have a good
Yeah.
chance." Like it's so different.
it's
It's
true.
so
and
when
the Bulls are really good in the half court.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty prime.
I think.
the only team we have a chance against, I think, in the first round is Cleveland. That's it, in my opinion. I think even Boston takes us pretty easily in a first round series.
I
They
don't think
match
Boston
up-
takes us easily.
I think they take us in 6. I don't think we.
Really?
I've been watching some Boston.
OG
man.
and
They've won like
Pascal-
10 in a row.
OG. We just won 8 in a row.
I know, but Boston.
OG and
looks-
Pascal. On
The Boston's
on
built
their
for the
guys.
playoffs though, a lot more than us.
They're not even that deep.
Deeper than us.
Yeah, but I mean, still. I don't know. I'm taking.
Did they get Daniel Tice back?
Yeah.
Don't know why. but
Interesting.
There he is. For 4 years. It's a horrible contract.
4 years? Oh
That's
my
like that's the
God.
contract.
That's a classic move where like Brad Stevens is the GM, where you like a guy as a coach, so you want to like bring him back as the GM.
yeah.
I think it'd be fair against Miami in the playoffs.
I think we'd get tortured. I'm not lying. I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, but like Kyle Lowry wasn't playing for any of those games,
Yeah, that's fact.
and Bam Adebayo was playing. Oh, he
One-
played for
one
both
of
of them.
them, but-
Yeah,
Right,
like
yeah,
I
it
just
was
think,
both.
and Jimmy Butler puts his camp in the playoffs, and they've got shooters and they've got defense. They've got so much line of versatility.
I'm just trying to think of matchups. Like I think Cleveland would have a chance.
I think that's what I think. Cleveland is the one team
'Cause
because
they're
so
young.
Yeah, they're young.
and they've
They're
got a
young.
weird team that might not do well. They don't have much shooting. I'd
I
still
think
take Cleveland, but-
I do think we have a chance against Boston.
I
think-
totally
I think we have
we
a-
have a
I think-
chance
I think
against
that can go
Boston.
either
I think
way,
we're
to be
so much
honest.
more organized than
Just-
Boston.
Boston looks so good the last. I
But
hate
so
to say
we.
it.
It was so we, man. And I think
Their
again-
defense is a lot better than us, though. They've got the best defense in
But
the
we're-
NBA. They've got the best defense. They just like their defense is
But
awesome.
they also have a rookie head coach. We have Nick Nurse who won a championship.
That's
Like,
true.
I
That's
think.
true.
I think.
And Nick's been doing like I honestly think
Like,
like his
if you-
decision making lately
No,
has been.
yeah,
and
totally.
also,
That's totally fair.
I think we throw some things at Ime Udoka that he's like never seen because he's. Just, I'm not a big fan of Udoka as a
He's
coach,
been-
to be honest.
Boston's looked like totally like a different basketball team in the last 10 games. Like they're actually passing. I don't love their offense still, but they're actually moving the ball. Their defense is like it's legit. Like it's in my opinion, it's better than Golden State with Draymond out. With Draymond in and Golden State probably still, but like that Boston closing 5 of Marcus Smart, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Time Lord. Like this pains me to praise the Celtics. Like it actually goes against everything I believe in.
I hate them.
I hate them, man.
I hate
but
them.
like that closing 5 is awesome.
You just said in the last podcast, fuck Boston.
I hate them. Bro, I hate them, man. I hate Boston, but like
I like their colors, but
dude, like
the
that.
logo's cool.
it is pretty cool, and the name is pretty cool.
Man,
Celtics.
what's happening with you, man? Like this Pelicans game's like I'm a Boston fan now. Like, can we move on? Like,
yeah, let's move on.
Okay,
Sam's question.
all right. My question is kind of similar. Maybe a bit of a
Oh,
playoff.
Sam, my question's so different. Let's
A bit
go.
of a playoff vibe to it. Who's our X-Factor down the stretch?
Down the stretch in what sense?
Down the stretch, end of the regular season.
Like
Okay,
X Factor, as in the guy who's gonna step up and surprise
Like,
you.
who needs for the
makes
Raptors?
it make or break?
Who
Make or
for
break.
the Raptors to get, say, like up to the 6th seed, right, and maybe have a chance at a playoff series? Who's the guy who like you need, like they need to step up? The guy,
I have my answer.
I have my
I've got
answer
mine
too. Okay. Should we all say it at the same time, and then we can like pick
Sure,
apart?
yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
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 Three.
Guys, let's say it all at the same time.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. 3, 2, 1.
OG Anunoby. That's actually so lit, though.
Oh, OG's mine.
Yeah.
Press Chua.
Yeah. Yeah. David Johnson.
He's gonna step it up, bro. I'm telling you.
That's the 10th man in the rotation. David Johnson. We forgot about him.
That's fucking sick though that we all thought the same thing because it could have been Gary too. It could have been Gary too.
But just especially after the last Pelicans game, seeing how much his
presence
shittiness
is important.
Just seeing
to
how
the
much
team,
his
like
shittiness his shittiness really screwed with us. He needs to play well for us to be a good team.
He needs to be that reliable third option.
Yeah, and I think like sometimes it scares me a little bit that OG doesn't like being a third option.
I don't think he likes because he's been like an amazing supplemental player his whole career.
Sometimes I'm just like I feel like OG like he's so low key. I feel like he's just sometimes like, ugh, I want more.
I don't know. I don't think if he wanted more, I don't think so. No, if he wanted more, he'd be jacking up shots.
Yeah, that's true.
If anything, I think he fades out.
He plays very conservative.
I want him. I want him to want to be the first option.
Yeah.
Almost. Like
no, that's true.
I think, and it's not even about him like hitting like step back jumpers or anything. Just like hit your open threes and be locked down.
Consistent, man.
And be a lockdown defender.
The defense is what really need because I mean, again, he's been inconsistent this year on defense. He needs to pick that up. He needs to know what to expect from on defense. Sometimes he's just slow on defense.
Yeah,
it's like he just needs to step up. He needs to be that guy. He's
being one of the best defenders in the league.
He's supposed to be our best defender.
Yeah.
And I don't think he can be. Pascal's been more.
I think Pascal's been our best defender lately. Yeah.
But OG's supposed to be, and I think he can still be it, but he just really needs to step with that consistency, man. We need that from him.
Yeah, and we need the 3-pointer to be there. We need the smart drives, the tertiary passing. I think he can do it. I totally think he can do it. But yeah, I think he's
tertiary passing.
Tertiary passing. Yeah, he's a tertiary passer.
I know what you mean.
Also, if you want to beat a team like Miami or Chicago in the playoffs, like if you're gonna shut down DeRozan or Jimmy Butler, like OG's got to be that.
Yeah,
guy.
You have to play at your true best.
We need OG to be the number one guy because we need Pascal's energy for the offense.
Yeah, and guess what? Pascal, when you come playoff time, he's gonna be game planned against like crazy. He's already one of the most double.
Same with Fred.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fred and Pascal are two of the most double teamed players in the NBA.
Yeah. And then they're gonna be like, and also don't forget about OG. And then it's like,
whoa.
Well, that's the thing is that like Fred and Pascal are going to be prioritized, but don't think they're going to forget about OG because they know he's the threat too.
But OG's going to have the third. Like Pascal's going to get the best forward defender on him every night.
Yeah.
Fred's going to get the best guard defender. Right. OG and Gary are going to have two defenders on them that maybe are slightly below what they should be guarding them.
For the most part, like the third defender on Cleveland's OG's better than like you can go like Chicago especially Lonzo Caruso than what.
Yeah,
and then like I feel like Caruso will probably start for them in the match. Maybe not.
Oh, he totally. Yeah, Caruso's guarding Pascal.
Probably because Patrick Williams out.
Yeah, I don't know what they do.
But like after Lonzo and Caruso, and that's even a tough match. Like who's gonna guard Pascal?
Like Miami, if you're getting guarded by Tyler Hero, like you got to take advantage of that.
That's where I think we have a solid chance in Chicago, just on their defense so bad, but also their offense is way better than ours. So I don't know, it'd be tough.
They've got like pretty lethal. If
their half court offense.
If Zach LaVine's knee thing is real, then. Like if it's like a real injury, like problem, then that could be interesting. I don't want to I hope not because I want that team to be fully healthy. I want DeRozan to get a ring. Yeah, man, I think I'm glad. I had a feeling we're all gonna agree on this one. Though.
Well, that reminded me of what's that movie with it's got Ryan Reynolds and
The Change Up.
Yeah, The Change Up, and they're like, I wish I had my life back or whatever. That's what it reminded me of.
Seen it.
Oh, dude, you got we'll watch it. We'll watch it. What
reminded you of that?
We all said OG Anunoby at the same time. Oh. You have to say I wish I had my life back.
Peeing in a fountain.
Yeah, right.
But also OG, like, I guess Gary could have been another answer or Scotty, but OG brings so many things to the table,
and he's got that experience too.
Like you said, there's so much he can do that can just really bring the team up, and then when he doesn't do them, it really brings us down. As shown in this Pelicans game.
Yeah. All right, your legendary question.
Guys.
Before the podcast, Luke was like, "Whoa, he's
very excited.
Whoa, do I have a question?"
Alrighty, okay. So
it's gonna be a bad question to watch.
Should I? Because I have some things to say, so I think I'm gonna say my things and then say the question.
Speech thing. Okay.
All right.
So, I want to make sure that this gets some context. Okay, the Raptors are an unbelievable team because they are so unique. They're so special in the way that they're structured, and they're structured like no other team in the NBA. However, I think that the Raptors deserve some leeway from criticism, and here is why. Toronto, out of the top 20 leaders in the league of league leading in minutes played, Toronto makes up 25% of all of those players. There are only 2 players in the top 20 list who are on the same team, aside from Toronto. These players are, and I want to ask you who you think these players are.
Can you repeat the stat thing?
Toronto makes up 25% of all top minutes played in the top 20 leaders in the league. There are only 2 players in the top 20 list who are on the same team.
So there's
Other than the Raptors.
Okay,
Other than the Raptors, there are 5 Raptors that make up 25% of that top 20 list.
So the 5 out of 20 are them. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And there's and of that 20, there's only 2 other people who play for the same team. And that's just a question.
Can you say where in the 20 they rank? Do you have them or?
They rank later.
Like
one of them actually ranks a little bit higher, and then the other one ranks like 19th, I think, or something.
Yeah, let me get the standings out here so I can think of teams. So the entire 25% of the top 20 in minutes. That's unreal, man. Is Pascal number 1?
All our starters are in the top 20.
No, Pascal is not number 1.
Oh,
it's Fred, isn't it?
Yes,
yeah,
Fred is number 1.
The other guy.
It's Fred, and then I think is OG second. Or that second Raptor, isn't he? Or is it Pascal?
Okay, I'll just read off the list.
Yeah. Well, don't tell us the guys. Just tell us. I still want to guess, but tell us the Raptors standings.
So Fred is number 1. Pascal is number 2. Number 4 is OG.
Yeah. Okay.
12th is Scotty, and 16th is Gary.
Wow. That's so wild, man.
The fact that we're 1 and 2 even is fucked.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
Then 4.
And 4. So top 5. So 3 out of the top 5 players are leading the minutes in the league are all on the Raptors.
I think I've got a slight guess. I think I have a team. I think I've got a guess.
I think I have a team as well. I just think of one of the players. I think.
I got my guess. I think.
Okay, I think I have my guess also.
Okay.
Wait. Okay. Oh, we're doing
what team do you think it is?
Knicks.
Okay, I thought it was the Nuggets.
You guys are both wrong.
Oh,
okay. Don't.
I was gonna say RJ Barrett and Randall. This is Tibbs, right?
I was gonna say Jokic and Gordon.
No,
that's
Jokic.
That's their only.
The two.
Wait, no, I want to guess again.
Yeah, okay, I want to.
Oh, come on! You guys can't guess again.
Oh, come on! One more try. I'm invested.
Yeah, I've got absolutely. LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges.
Not even close.
Luka Doncic.
Not even close.
No, he can't play more than 30. Like 2 minutes.
I thought it was depth. I'm looking for teams with no depth. Not much depth.
I doubt you guys are really gonna guess these guys.
All right.
It's Anthony Simons one.
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Tell us.
The 2 only other players who are on the top 20 list that are on the same team for minutes played, is they're both from the Philadelphia 76ers.
Okay, come on. You can't guess now. You know.
Okay, no. Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey are the only 2 players in that top 20 list who play on the same team aside from the Raptors. So my question is to you, how much leeway will you give these 5 Raptors given how many minutes they've played compared to everybody else in the league?
I think last night showed how much Sam's willing to give him.
It's like an attack on me, this question.
Yes, Sam, how much leeway?
I asked this question for perspective and some context.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think they do deserve some leeway because that's
how much leeway does Nick Nurse deserve?
He deserves all the leeway because he did not build this roster.
We've talked about this. Yeah, what is Masai and Bobby giving him? Right?
If anyone deserves criticism for the minutes, it's the front office.
Yeah.
I agree. The guy should deserve a good amount of leeway because that's
the top 20 players in the whole league.
And that was my
3 of the top 5.
I was like, maybe we're just tired, dude. And also, this game could be a blessing in disguise because guys didn't play a ton of minutes this game.
But the fact that Pascal played like 33 minutes, we're like, that's not a lot. But that's like a good amount of minutes.
It is, but Scotty only played 20, OG played 25, Gary played 28. Like these are breaks for them.
Well, yeah, and guys, we're more than halfway through the season.
It's unreal.
This has been a cumulative thing. This has been adding up for a long time. So when we say OG's late on this defense here, Scotty's in the top 5 or in the top 20 for leading league minutes. He's a rookie, man.
3 of them are in the top 5.
Exactly, man. And OG is one of those guys, and he's only 24.
Who's 3rd on the list?
I didn't.
Is the list just pulled up?
I thought I saw it a
actually
while
closed
ago.
the tab. My bad.
I'll get it up.
Yeah.
I think they do deserve some leeway, man, because it is
some man.
Going against,
if there's anybody who deserves leeway, there's not even 2 other people on the same team in the top 20 list.
At the same time though, there are issues that happen that aren't due to minutes.
No,
right?
absolutely.
I think the defense last night was because they're tired.
That's a good point.
Because we've never seen like that before.
It was awful.
And the Raptors are not a team. How come all of them literally just gave up on defense that game? And I feel like that's not just them giving. I think
Harden is number 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I guess because they've been
because they had no one
broken. Kyrie's up there.
But yeah, man, that is Derek Walton Jr.
And the only other person was from Brooklyn, and it's Seth Curry, but he just got traded to Brooklyn. So I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't.
So
count.
like, so Philly would have 3 then.
I didn't count.
There's
Seth.
Katie and Kyrie, but Kyrie doesn't really count either.
Yeah, man, that is okay. So Julius Randle.
I think I went like pretty.
No, this is not. I've got to sub guys out of this. This is it's not cumed. Like it's not you have to, I've got to cume it for minutes. Like there's like game like Derek Walton.
Total minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, man, that is like that. I don't know. It's
Like we made like our team.
I think the All-Star break is coming at the perfect time.
Absolutely.
Like that's why maybe Pascal. Maybe I don't want him to be at the All-Star game because he hasn't like. Fred's got a game off here and there. Pascal hasn't had a game off since he came back from COVID.
He's been doing so much on both ends.
So much, and
like because we like for the most part, the only reason we went so hard at these 3 guys game because they all sucked on offense. But like if Gary has a game 2 for 15, the other guys played well, we're gonna forget about it. You know?
And let's also think.
So they're allowed to do that, but Pascal's an off game, we lose.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And let's also remember too, James Harden is 3rd in leading.
Did that go off? I never
Oh,
heard
it went off a long time ago. Pascal is leading. James Harden is number 3. How much of those minutes go towards defense?
not
Literally nothing.
not many.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially not this season.
Exactly. Whereas like we take up 3 of the top 5 spots for most minutes played in the league, and those are Fred, OG, and Pascal, and I would say like half to like 60% of those minutes come directly from defense, and like it's different for different guys, but still like. It's one of the reasons why I struggle to be that critical of the Raptors, only because like this is like unbelievable. We played a triple overtime game and broke the league record for minutes played. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
definitely they do deserve like for sure. These guys are getting tasked with such a massive load, and it is not like you can't do this for another year. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know you can't.
You can get by with doing this season. I don't even know if you can get by with doing it this season. We'll see how it plays out the rest of the way.
I think the fact that we're just a 6 seed. We're 7 seed now because of the Celtics. But I think the fact that we were just a 6 seed with 5 players is outstanding.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And where were we? What was our lowest
like we were
spot?
13th for a little bit.
Yeah,
we were below the Pacers
until we started playing only 5 guys.
Yeah, we literally to win we have to play these guys that many minutes, which is
that shows like I feel bad for Nick Nurse.
And this is my last year I think of putting like this front office is amazing. They do a lot of great things. They aren't perfect.
So like putting them on a pedestal sort of thing. Yeah,
like they do deserve criticism. And if these guys go through this again the start of next year and they don't have a bench, it's not that hard to build an NBA bench.
No.
It really isn't.
And we get a lot of our acquisitions during the summer too.
We do, but like
even that like. Okay, yeah, like
Steve Mihailuk isn't a big time acquisition.
We need a real 6th, 7th man.
Like it's not that like if this front office is so amazing, which I do think they're a great front office. You should be able to go out and trade for a bench or sign a bench.
And here's my thing with Masai, where again he tries hard to be sustainable, but with that, it's like at what point do you say okay, but we also need to do some things right now and deal with some stuff later because. The reason we didn't trade for a bench is because we want to give up too much. It's like, okay, but then that really screws up now.
We also have nothing to give up.
Yeah.
Our end of the bench has no trade value.
No, it's like, well, that's when we have to give us some picks. That's why they said no, because people wanted another like a whole first-round pick instead of a second-round pick or something. Like we could probably try to get Kenrich Williams, and they probably wanted a first and a second instead of like too much. And that is too much, but is it? Because we need to give these guys a break.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that we have 3 of the top 5 is boggles my mind more than the 5 and 20 because 3 in the top 5 is insane.
Yeah,
that's probably never even been close to.
1 and 2 is insane.
1 and 2, 2 in the top 2 is crazy.
Yeah.
It's and Fred just had this knee thing.
But just like even when I was looking at the list, like when you look at the teams, like it's TRO, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then all the other teams, there's only like I said, there's only 2 other guys who are on that top 20 list.
I think
whereas you have 5 in the entire top 20 list for us.
Yeah, it is. It's like, man, I really think sustainability in a building rosters can only go so far. I think there has to be a point where you get to look at the present and be like, what can we do with this team? Like, because if we got a bench, we would be a way better team.
Oh yeah,
I believe.
And like
in my
say
opinion.
like, I know like this. Like for a guy like Justin Champagny, 4 years down the road could be a nice contributing player. He also couldn't be in the league in 4 years. Like there is that chance. Like Toronto Banton might become a nice backup point guard.
Even Precious.
He also might be in Europe in 5 years. Like that's just a fact. Like these aren't guys who are like amazing.
These are second round picks and undrafted guys. Like
and you shouldn't be relying on second round picks to fill out your bench.
No, absolutely not.
Not at all.
And also, we've talked about this before, but how long can you do this before you legitimately run the risk of severely injuring?
I think you're running the risk right now.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that Fred is out with knee soreness, you know what that's from.
Yeah.
That is, if he would not have that.
I'm surprised his meniscus isn't freaking shattered, dude.
And knee soreness can lead to other things.
As a small guard, like the toll. I'm surprised Pascal's in anything.
Talking about this is scary.
It is scary
because it's a real thing, and like I really don't want to. If we lose one guy, we're done.
Yeah.
We need this. We need all 5 of them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And if you lose one of your big guys, then you kiss the season goodbye.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then that's what I mean. Where we want to be good later, we also want to be good now, and we can't be good now without a bench. I'm sorry, you can't. Realistically, we're losing a first round. And
matchup. That's just because we won't have the sustainability.
Yeah, there's so many games we've lost because the fourth quarter we've been dead. Right, we would have 35 wins now,
or we take off the first or second quarter of the first half, and we can't do that in the playoffs.
No,
you can't take off any quarter in the playoffs.
If we had a bench, we could play full games, and if we could play full games, the reason we've lost because of that, we could have like 5 more wins, and then we're 36-20, and then we're at the top of the East.
Yeah.
So I mean that's theoretical, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, totally.
We would have more wins under our belt.
That's why next year we have some. I think we'll like just fair to say right now we're gonna have some expectations for next year.
We just
for sure.
Because in the past, dude, I've been disappointed with the Raptors off seasons in terms of acquisitions. Where I mean, we just only our big signing of the offseason was Steve Mikhailov.
If we acquire another small center, oh my!
I'm done. Thad Young's the last one.
He's the last one, Masai. Then you cut yourself off.
Masai.
Okay, Masai, you're done.
3-point shooting does matter in the NBA, man. It does matter.
As much as you want
more.
Yeah.
No, Masai, you're done.
Oh man.
It's like, come on up, I'll pay double.
Yeah.
It's like Masai, go home.
Yeah. Masai, you've had enough.
No more small centers.
Masai, I've trusted you forever, but I need
no front
a point.
office
I need a wing.
Yeah,
I need a real wing.
No front office is perfect, man.
No.
Like what's their name?
And no one who's into crypto either.
Yeah, do not bring Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah, I was
don't bring him near our team, please.
Yeah. Also, I wrote one. I thought one more thing. Just
also,
before we get out here, before we get out here, I had one. It was the lowest point of the game. The Raptors were it was awful. And then the first commercial to come on was a Kyle Lowry Bitcoin commercial, like crypto commercial, and I was just like, that's when I basically turned the game off. I can't. Like,
that's why we let him go.
I was like, oh my god.
He's like
to make my night even worse.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Do you like the Miami Heat? Do you like me, Kyle Lowry? Well, how about buying this NFT?
Look, it's a monkey with my name on it.
And it looks like me too.
Yeah. With that like cool hat
I got
and
a little
everything.
basketball in my hand.
I have 2 kids.
I'm wearing a Heat jersey.
Yeah.
You see the jersey and the number?
You can pay $150,000 for it. And it's all yours.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you can buy it for $50 and list it for $100,000.
And then hope you get lucky.
Yeah.
It's
There you
happened
go.
before.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want an ape with a little striped shirt? The Jimmy Fallon thing.
Yeah.
This all being said, the Raptors are 8-2 in the last 10 games. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And we're gonna win tomorrow against Minnesota.
Hope so. Jesus. We don't know.
Yeah.
They're a pretty athletic team.
But Towns is a perimeter player, so we have to worry about getting bullied inside as much.
Yeah.
Much. He still will bully us inside, but not as much.
He was guarding the paint when Anthony Edwards drives to it.
That's what I'm saying.
Utah
Watanabe.
Oh no, not him. Not again.
He'll jump every time.
Not again.
Anthony Edwards gets 2 highlight dunks in one game.
He just levels up when Utah plays.
Yeah.
He was first real minutes. Is that all we
Are
have?
we good to go?
Yeah, I guess that was our looking ahead there.
Yeah.
All-Star game after that should be fun. All-Star
Mm-hmm.
weekend.
Yeah.
See Fred in the All-Star game. Hopefully Pascal.
And 3-point contest will be fun.
Yep.
And
Scotty.
Scotty.
Yep. Rising Stars game.
So we are going to have some interesting content for you guys next week, so stay tuned.
Yeah, there will not be a podcast out on Monday. Because it is also our break and it's All-Star weekend, so it's not going to be much talk, but anyway.
Not really.
So Raptors related anyway. So but we have something coming out next Thursday, a week from today. That will be.
It's going to be lit.
Will be different. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be real.
It's gonna be painful.
Yeah.
We're gonna stab each other.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to kill each other live on air.
Then post it.
Yeah. I don't know who's going to post it, but
We'll figure that out later.
it'll get out somehow.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up. So Thank you everybody for tuning into the RapChat podcast. Before we head out of the podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts, make sure you leave us a rating and also please leave us a review. You can find us on
It makes
Instagram,
Sam so happy.
TikTok, and Twitter at RapChat Podcast, where we post new clips of the show every week. I'm your host, Luke Dick.
I'm Elias Eldridge.
And I'm Sam Kenny.
See you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace out.